It is contended that the petitioner's mother was subject to persistent harassment, physical and mental, by the father. Hence, the mother has filed MCRC against the petitioner's father and also against the parents under Section 12 of the Domestic Violence Act in the court of so-and-so. And then para 5, it is contended that the petitioner's father on one hand has filed a petition for restitution of conjugal rights under Section 9 before the family court at Durg, Chhattisgarh, which has later been withdrawn. Thereafter, the petitioner father filed petition 37 of 2017 seeking divorce under 13 of the Hindu Marriage Act. My lord, the petitioner is taking education at Kendriya Vidyalaya, Pune. In the last academic year, in the 10th standard, she secured 92% marks. On 6/24, Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan issued a circular that 12 students be nominated for Kendriya Vidyalaya schools for attending Sakura Science High School program to be held at Japan, for which the eligibility of the students from Kendriya Vidyalaya who have secured over 90% in 10th examination.
You applied to that order?
I am seeing this for the first time.
After that order,
Certainly.
you applied before the family court?
Yes. Yes.
And at that time, you must have been aware of
that. My lord, but the jurisdiction of the family court, my lord,
can't be issued by
the family court expressed, my lord, apprehension about jurisdiction to issue a direction to the passport officer at Bhopal.
There is no order.
And there is no order. There is no order. And the reason, my lord, the next date was given was 18th of January, my lord, after the expiry date. The family court, my lord, with that apprehension, gave the next date after the date of expiry of passport. So we had no other option, my lord. No other option but to withdraw that application, my lord. That application has been filed there, my lord. So since the family court gave the date of next hearing after the date of expiry, my lord. So, my lord, I stand corrected so far as this 1811 order, my lord. I had no occasion to even look at this, my lord. I just handed over. So that thing is correct, my lord, that this application was a part of record before the family court. But the fact remains, my lord, the family court gave the next date of hearing as 17th or 18th, my lord, which is after the date of expiry of the passport. So that made that application totally redundant even otherwise.
Failed to convince the family court that it's an urgent matter.
Yes. Yes.
The question would be, my lord.
You approached to the family court in the month of November.
My lord,
you received the official invitation from the House of Lords from the month of November.
I'll explain that, my lord. My lord, as I said, my lord, it is not a custody issue. I have to seek enforcement of a fundamental right as laid down in Menaka Gandhi, to get a passport renewal, my lord, to travel. Now that fundamental right.
Whether this issue was involved in Menaka Gandhi's case, that whether the passport can be renewed upon the application of single parent.
Lordship, we have uploaded one recent judgment.
No, Menaka Gandhi.
No, that was not the case of renewal. My lord, Menaka was
not a case of
right to travel, and right to travel encompasses, my lord, right to get a passport issued. Otherwise, you don't travel.
That case is not directly applicable to the issue in hand.
The distinction between a renewal and a grant of passport is too thin to keep Menaka Gandhi aside, my lord. It's too thin.
The simple question is whether the passport authority was justified in issuance of a direction that you obtain the consent of the father of the minor children.
And for
that is a single issue before this court.
Yes.
And that issue was not involved in the case of Menaka Gandhi.
My lord, a minor has also got a fundamental right which a major has.
It's a different matter.
Lordship would just see the judgment, my lord, which you have uploaded, my lord. My lord, Yushika Vivek Gedam, my lord, kindly see that, my lord, judgment. We have just now uploaded it, my lord. Just see that judgment. What is the legal proposition and what is the law, my lord? This is the division bench, my lord, of Mumbai High Court, 18th January 25. Very recent, 2 weeks ago. May I read that, my lord, if your lordship has got it? My lord, item number 5, my lord, in the uploaded.
Yes, I am reading it.
Yes, the petitioner so-and-so is a minor pursuing higher education who has filed this petition under 226 of the Constitution through her mother so-and-so, the natural guardian. The grievance of the petitioner against the respondent number 2, regional passport officer, who has issued the impugned communication dated 18 November 24, informing that petitioner that her passport application dated so-and-so would not be processed for the reason that the petitioner's father has objected for reissuance of passport of the petitioner. Impugned communication is required to be noted. Exactly same situation, my lord. Then, my lord, second page, Para 3. The relevant facts are there is a marital dispute between the petitioner's father so-and-so and mother. Marriage solemnized on Itna. The petitioner was born on so-and-so. Para 4. It is contended that the petitioner's mother was subject to persistent harassment, physical and mental, by the father. Hence, the mother has filed MCRC against the petitioner's father and also against the parents under Section 12 of the Domestic Violence Act in the court of so-and-so. And then para 5. It is contended that the petitioner's father on one hand has filed a petition for restitution of conjugal rights under Section 9 before the family court at Durg, Chhattisgarh, which is later been withdrawn. Thereafter, the petitioner father filed petition 37 of 2017 seeking divorce under 13 of the Hindu Marriage Act before the family court at Durg, Chhattisgarh, which is dismissed by the family court by the judgment dated 8 September 23. The order family court is challenged by the petitioner's father before the High Court of Chhattisgarh at Bilaspur. Further, by an order passed by the Supreme Court on wife's transfer application, first appeal filed by the petitioner's father has not been transferred and heard before the Bombay High Court bench at Aurangabad. Proceedings are pending adjudication. Then 7, my lord. The petitioner is taking education at Kendriya Vidyalaya, Pune. In the last academic year, in the 10th standard, she secured 92% marks. On 6/24, Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan issued a circular that 12 students be nominated for Kendriya Vidyalaya schools for attending Sakura Science High School program to be held at Japan, for which the eligibility of the students from Kendriya Vidyalaya who have secured over 90% in 10th examination. It is contended that as a petitioner being a bright student having scored more than 90% in 10th examination, she was nominated by her school to attend the said program in Japan, for which she need a valid reissued passport. Same situation, my lord. The petitioner mother made an application dated 28th October to the respondent number 2 for reissuance of her passport supported by all relevant documents. It was numbered as passport application so-and-so by the impugned communication. As noted by us herein above, the petitioner's application is refused to be processed on the objection raised by the father. In the backdrop, the present petition is prayed for the following reliefs. Then para 12, my lord. The contention of the respondent number 2 is that the petitioner's mother, along with the petitioner's passport,
Judgment that is there in the reference.
Yes, it is there, Lordship, but I'll say something after it
and my lord,
finishes.
and Lordship,
Direct judgment. Yes.
my lord, Lordship would see, my lord, para 17. We may observe that the passport authority is certainly bound to consider a variety of facts and circumstances in respect of the applications received by it for issuance of a passport, and assessment of such application is required to be considered on the touchstone of the requirement of the provisions of the law and rules, and to deal with variety of situation. The government, being alive of the variety of such requirements, is writ large not only from the provisions of the rules but different forms which have been prescribed to deal with different situations. All such rules and forms are required to be given due effect and on the touchstone of the mandate as prescribed by the provisions of the Passport Act. It is in such context we may observe that a specific provision has been made when a declaration in terms of Annexure C is required to be made in cases of one parent minor has not given consent. For convenience, we note the declaration in Annexure C. Lordship would see, my lord, point number D in that Form C, my lord. There is an ongoing court case for divorce/custody of the minor child, and the court has not given any order.
I have gone through the complete judgment.
Okay, my lord. Another judgment, my lord. Serial number 2, Karnataka High Court.
One is sufficient. Yes.
One is sufficient. So, my lord, my only respectful prayer is, Lord, the father may ventilate his grievances against the mother, my lord. Let them fight, my lord. Let them fight. But the fact remains, my lord, kindly appreciate.
Whether you submitted any application before the family court at the time of withdrawing the application?
That is annexed. We have annexed it, my lord.
What is the
So
annexation?
that is a last annexure, my lord.
8.
To the petition, my lord, page 48. That has already been filed, my lord.
It's a purchase, not an applicant. There is no order passed on that.
Yes, because the court is yet to take up the application, my lord, on 18th of January, my lord, after everything is over, my lord. After the date of renewal is over, my lord.
Lordship, that date was
And we
taken
have
by the
filed this application that we intend to file appropriate petition from the Honorable High Court at Jabalpur, my lord. It's a question of enforcing a fundamental right that only a writ court can do, my lord.
Why you approach to the family?
It's a misconception, my lord. It's a misconception. Enforcement of a fundamental. That's why we have withdrawn, my lord. We have given a declaration in the required format. We have filed an application where we have brought to this notice of this court that it will be withdrawn on the next date of hearing, which is again, my lord, on 18th after the passport expires. So once
There are 3 of that application.
yes, because the court gave the next date, my lord, para 2 dekhe sir, isse pehle.
Yes.
In context of para 2,
Meaning thereby you failed to convince the court that it's an urgent matter.
my lord, but there is no order on merits. There is no note. There is nothing in that. Milord,
as you applied to the court on 18/11/2024,
Milord,
after passing the order by the passport authority,
Milord,
along with the copy of the passport authority, that the direction be issued for renewal of that passport.
yes, Milord.
And thereafter, as the case was listed on 18/1/2025,
Was nahi, is to be listed.
is to be listed on
Milord,
18/1/2025.
I'll put it. I'll put it.
An application withdrawal.
Yes, we are withdrawing. The application has been filed. It comes up on 18th. We undertake to withdraw it. Milord, that's our affidavit.
Still, it has not been withdrawn.
Because the matter is not listed. The matter, Milord, I would say to the extent, Milord.
You can't move an application for urgent hearing in that.
No, Milord, again, Milord, direction.
That court is not having any jurisdiction.
Milord, direction to the passport officer at Bhopal would be without the jurisdiction of the family court at Bandra, Milord.
So now this writ petition is pending for the same relief. That application is also pending.
No,
for
but
the
then, Milord,
same relief.
Milord, I appreciate, Milord. The order, that passport officer's order is on record, but it is not challenged in that sense. It is not challenged. My friend says, Milord, the relief is not to quash that order or set aside that order. It's only, Milord, seeking renewal. But then, Milord, once if a party files a misconceived application, let me go to that extent before a court.
When you want to travel?
Milord,
What is the date of proposed travel?
Milord, 14th February is the travel number 1. 3 weeks are required for processing of UK passport, Milord. That is as per the requirement. Visa, Milord. That is not in anybody's hand. Not even the central government. It is the embassy of the concerned UK, Milord, embassy. So 3 weeks are required for that. So I have only this week, Milord, to get the passport and get the visa renewed, visa issued, Milord, for travel.
Mr. Bharadwaj,
Yes, Lordship.
we will permit them for renewal of the passport to complete the formalities for visa, etc. But before traveling to the UK, they will approach to the family court and they will seek permission from the family.
Why, Milord, may I say, Milord?
You complete all the
Milord,
formalities.
may I-
you complete all the formalities.
Milord, with greatest respect, Milord. My lords are putting horse behind the cart, Milord. Why should I approach, Milord? The law requires somebody who, Milord, somebody who has to oppose.
We will grant liberty to,
Yes,
to him.
Yes, to go and get a Milord,
Prohibitory order.
law requires a prohibitory. I don't want a prohibitory order. One who wants, he has to go. Why should I go?
And obtain a prohibitory order if
Yes,
you
go
want.
and obtain. Go and
Yes,
obtain.
Lordship. See, I have only one thing.
Milord, let that not be a direction from the High Court. It may be
Liberty.
Yes,
It's a liberty.
yes. If he, Milord, again, Milord, that liberty would be necessary.
This court is not in a position to decide all these objections raised by the respondent. You have submitted some documents. You are showing that this event is going to be happened on 14th of February. He has raised serious doubts.
Milord, may I, with respect, Milord, I want to go on a holiday. Submit these documents.
Why you filed all these
Milord,
documents?
I am not saying
There
that.
was no need.
I am saying something else, Milord.
Need to assign any reason.
I am saying something else, Milord.
Whether there was any need to assign any reason.
No. Then I have to show my bona fides. That yes, this is for what I am
That is
traveling.
the issue.
So
That your bona fides are still under the clouds.
otherwise, how do I show urgency, Milord? How do I show urgency unless I show to the court that this is the purpose for which I am going? Now, Milord, what happened? There were 2 documents shown, Milord. One, Milord, there was a marriage, Milord, at Island, Milord, Phuket. That card was which was shown. Milord, the kids could not travel, Milord. That was not so important for us. That was not, we just gave up.
At that time, your passport was in force.
Milord, they require minimum 3 or 6 months validity to travel. It's not that. Milord, if I had some other intention, I would have done, Milord. And
We are granting you the permission
yes,
and with the liberty to the opposite side.
if he chooses so,
No.
what, Milord,
He is raising all the doubts.
Milord, will your
He
lordships,
must have
Milord,
some
kindly,
liberty to raise all these questions before a competent court.
Milord, as of now, there is no prohibitory order,
Yeah.
not even an intention to prohibit.
Okay.
And
The court has corrected itself that we will not put a condition to obtain the permission from the family court. But the father is having a right to approach to the family court if he wishes.
Yeah, if he wishes, let him. Nobody can stop that. Avail a remedy, my lord.
I would say that if they wish to go, they are saying about all these documents. They produced all these documents in family court. They produced all these
That is
documents
the only
before you.
reason. Once they have approached to the family court with the application and
So-
during the pendency of the application before family court,
Yes,
they have approached this court. Therefore, we
court.
are granting
There
this
are-
liberty. Otherwise, there was
there are parallel proceedings
such
cannot be
liberty.
run. And not only that, lordship, he's making all sorts of false this thing about I'm not bothered about the children. There are purshis and purshis. There is a
Raise all these
custody.
issues before family court.
Exactly.
File appropriate
Exactly.
application
But
before family
if
court.
they wish
Let
to
them-
travel, lordship, if I may, if they wish to travel, they should seek permission of the family court.
There is no prohibitory order till now. Obtain a prohibitory order from the family court.
Okay.
Very well.
The petitioners
And the date
are
of
the
18th.
minor daughters of respondent number 3. Will stop. The petitioners through mother applied to Regional Passport Office, Bhopal, Ministry of External Affairs for renewal of their passport. Will stop.